morning, everyone. We can start with the pledge. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning asking you to watch over this meeting of our county commissioners and ask that you be with all our county employees as they go about their duties this week. Help our commissioners to make decisions that are according to your will. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, I left each of you a copy of the minutes draft. We've got some changes since it was sent out this weekend. I think I've got things corrected on it, but I wanted you to see the corrected copy. But I do have one question on there. If you notice, there's a little blank space there where there's a spot to insert a resolution. And there was a resolution last week on the zero fees on the GIS, but Katie and Morgan said they both went back and listened to it, and you guys signed that resolution, but there was never a motion to approve it. So
We didn't think we had to because the week before we had voted not to do it, right? That's what we thought anyway.
Yeah, I can't. So I wasn't quite sure how to handle that.
So I think at this point, just have a motion to approve it effective last month.
Okay. Yes. I make a motion to approve the resolution 2022-05.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So with that, if you're okay with the corrections on the minutes, we'd be ready to approve them. Like I said, I just wanted to bring this thing to your attention.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and then next week is President's Day on Monday, so we'll need to move that meeting to Tuesday, so I would need a motion for that.
I'll make a motion. We change next week's meeting from Monday to Tuesday, same time.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then included in this week's pay is the River City pay request number 17 in the amount of $1,407,183.07. And what we've been doing on that is have you approve that pay request and then approve the bills that it's included in.
I think I made it available to you to look at last week, but I do have it here if you want to review it anymore, so.
I don't.
We good then? Dan, you got anything? No. I'll make a motion. We pay River City in the amount stated,
$1,407,183.07.
That's my motion.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then the bills themselves. There's payroll sheets to sign off on. All right, and then the bills, including that payment to River City, total $1,714,963.01.
I'll make a motion. We pay the bills in that amount.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right. And I think the only other thing I've got for right now is I just a few minutes ago got the sheriff's report on prisoners. He's got 18 in-house and 3 farmed out. And I didn't get those printed out. I just got them after I got here.
Is that everything you got for now?
I think that's it for now.
River City?
Bill Matlock, River City, weekly update.
This week, we'll continue on with interior finishes. We did get casework last week. Saw we just got another load this morning. You'll see cabinets and stuff start going in. Flooring will continue. Interior painting, startups on HVAC equipment and furnaces will continue this week. Exterior will probably pick up what few remaining sidewalks we got left. Marbury's here today. We're getting ready to next week turn loose the rest of the entire site, which will include your retention pond, all that, get that all to final grade, ready for grass and seed here in the spring. Poly Jail will be back this week. A lot of your detention equipment furnishings are coming in this week. We're going to be doing floor prep in those areas, and then those will go in all your day rooms and so forth. Lighting will pretty much be complete if we get the rest of our shipment that's scheduled this week. We'll see how that comes out. As far as the control work will be ongoing with Accurate. That we did get our racks that were kind of in limbo and somewhere in shipping last week, but we did get those in. That work will be ongoing as well. So, other than that, that's about it.
I don't know.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep. This time.
I have set our advisory board meeting. It is February, I keep saying September, I don't know why, February 22nd at 7 in the evening at the health department in the conference room.
Awesome.
Yep. And, I think everybody has RSVP'd, I think, so everybody should be there. Gary is coming, and any of you that would like to come are welcome to come. We received COVID vaccine, age 5 through 11 years old, and so we'll probably be having a vaccination clinic the week of spring break for any of those kiddos from 5 to 11 years old that would, their parents wanted to come in and get their vaccine. And that is all that I have today.
Everything else going good?
Yeah, it is. Working on writing grants. All my grants are due March 11th, so working on that. That's actually what my meeting is about, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Anything, Danny?
okay,
Thanks a lot.
thanks.
AMR?
Sorry. Just did one though.
Good morning, Virgil Swanson with AMR. Galen says to tell you guys good morning. He has a GI bug going through his family, so he decided not to share it with you guys, which is appreciated. So I think I dropped off for everybody the call volumes for last week. Blue Mountain had 1 call with 1 transport. Centerville had 3 calls with 1 transport. Lacine had, looks like 8 with 6 transports. Linn Valley, 4 calls outs with 3 transports. Mountain City, 5 call outs with 2. Transported, Parker had 1 but did not transport, and Pleasanton had 7 and transported 5, and Prescott had 1, but we didn't transport there either. So come pretty much average week, 30 calls with 18 transports. Nothing else special unless you guys have something that you're.
I don't have anything, you guys.
Nope. Thank you.
Thanks for
Very
coming.
good. Have a great day.
Doug?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Doug Bartlett, Fire and Emergency Management. Our fire department weekly call data, we had 10 incidents last week, 3 grass fires, 1 grass brush mixture. 3 were dispatched and canceled en route. On 1, we did not find any incident when we arrived in the area we were dispatched to. That was an unknown fire, and when we got there, we could not find any fire. Special incident and a medical assist. If you look on the back, the year-to-date totals, I won't go through all of those, but we have 54 incidents year-to-date. On Wednesday, current projections are 30 to 45 mile an hour wind gusts in front of the storm that's coming in on Thursday. Last week, they were saying there was a chance of severe weather or winter weather. Now they're leaning pretty much towards a winter storm event and have indicated, at least tentatively, it could be sleet, freezing rain, snow, or a combination of all the above. So we'll keep an eye on that and get that information pushed out to our cities, our department heads, and folks that are interested in that, in addition to pushing it out to the public as we get better information. On Friday evening, we responded to a call in Tanglewood Lakes. That's the one we didn't find anything, but on the way back to the station, the brush truck in Lacine stopped going. They told me they believe the transmission is out of it. We had it towed to Cox Motor Company and are awaiting them to look at it, get a chance to look at it and tell us what may be wrong with it and what it will cost to fix it. My concern is with the grass fire season being days away, potentially, that we've got a truck broke down, and if it's a transmission that has to be replaced, that's probably going to be $6,000 or $7,000 to do that, which exceeds my authority. I would like to ask for permission to spend up to, let's say, $7,500 to get it fixed. If it is indeed a transmission that's out of it, they hope to know either later today or tomorrow when they get a chance to look at it. But that would at least allow us to go ahead and get it fixed and not have to wait until next week to come in to get permission, if you're willing to do that. The truck is a 2011 Ford F-350 dual rear wheel. It has just under 14,000 miles on it and just over 800 hours on the truck. So,
Even though it's not old, there's no, I mean, like mild warranty, there's no warranty on it?
my understanding is because it's used in a fire service business type environment, there's not a warranty that they're aware of, but they are checking on that. And obviously, if there is a warranty, then the cost would be,
You said it was 2011?
it's a 2011.
Out of years, then is what, you know,
It's 11 years.
yeah.
So I don't imagine they're going to have a warranty on that. And we bought it brand new, so, but they are checking just to make sure. But I was told most likely it will not have because of being in a business environment, fire department, a taxi, anything like that. The warranties are much less than they would be for a private citizen.
You got anything?
No.
I mean, you want a motion on that? Or?
I would like to have permission to spend up to $7,500. If it goes over that, we'll have to have a special meeting or do something differently, but at least that would,
Too late now.
give us the ability to try to get it fixed and working on it without delaying the repairs for a week.
I have no problem with it.
What about you, Rick? You got-
No, I'm good.
I'll make a motion to allow Doug to spend $7,500 repairing his truck.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to allow Doug to spend up to $7,500 for a transmission on the truck. All in favor?
Aye.
Like I say, hopefully we won't have to, but at least that lets us move forward. So thank you very much. That's all I have for you, unless you have anything for me this morning.
I think that's it. You got anything?
Nope.
Thank you very much.
You probably already ordered it just now. Get that ordered. I need a gasket. Or something. It's gotta be better. Do that. Wait, no.
I don't know who's,
You're the boss.
I guess I was waiting for Jessica wanted to do something, and she was.
She left.
So she's wanting an executive session scheduled later.
She wanted to go is what I was thinking. She walked around the corner and waiting on her to come back. Come on, Sean. She can wait, I guess. I thought she was coming back.
Sean West, Public Works Administrator. I have the skid steer bids in. for the two that we were looking for the north and the south shop. I do have a recommendation on that, and we looked at four different brands of equipment and four different bids on those. And
You got the bids right here?
yes,
Bring them up. Have you checked this? They all got the specifications pretty much the same, or as you know?
I have one that didn't meet the specifications, but it also was a higher bid. So I didn't consider it in my recommendation.
It was a higher bid, you say?
Yes, it was a higher bid than the one that I was recommending, so their specifications, even though they didn't match, it wasn't going to be the recommendation that I made anyway.
Where's the price on this bed?
Yeah, it'd be.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's what the cat wants. Look at that. They love their stuff.
My experience with them, I wouldn't recommend it. I said, my experience with these guys, I wouldn't recommend it.
Which, come on up here and just point to the one that doesn't meet specs.
It doesn't meet specs?
The one, yeah, you asked for.
This is the,
Okay. Okay.
This is the one you,
That's the one that didn't meet the spec, and then the state bid is the one Danny has. And it is also the one that I spoke to my shop foremans, and based on what we reviewed, that they also recommended.
And we don't have that product right now. You don't have that equipment brand, do we, down here?
No,
I do. And
not that I'm aware of.
I have a T770, and I guess you can get them to that company to work for you. I mean, be true to their deal. They've never been to me, but I mean, that's not. I've just had a lot of issues with them.
were these all high flow machines or what?
Yes,
Hand and foot, or just hand controls?
controls hand and foot.
Face?
And foot.
Yes.
They're that much. Very good.
That's for two though.
No, I know.
Yeah, so, yeah.
So Kubota didn't give you one, or you didn't ask for one?
I didn't get one from them.
I don't think that price is bad. I paid that for my T770 and then tax on top of it. So I think the price is good.
And we need two right now?
Yes, we were replacing the north and south shop.
Do these have doors on them?
They should be cabbed and doored, and air and heat on that bid.
They have a special tempered glass door that goes on those. I've broke mine out about 7 times because they're the regular glass ones.
I broke mine too.
Oh,
Like,
it's- But they make a tempered glass that is, I don't know if you could, if that's what we approved, we could wiggle that in there, but that'd be nice.
If
Sure, did we buy-
you approve that vendor with the condition that I adjust that and order that tempered glass.
I just know they make a really good one.
Now, what do we have now in each shop? Using, what, the two, do we have one at each shop now?
One at each shop. I'd like to take the one from the north shop, and because of the low trade-in value and the condition of the equipment, move it out to the park and allow them to drag pads and move objects that they've been struggling with because of lack of equipment or manpower out there. And the other one, at this point, there's been some discussion about maintaining it just for clearing or doing around bridge work and some other things, but we can discuss that further, whether or not there'd be a need to keep it around or not.
That's the history of the county seemed like that's what they used to want to do, save everything. Either you need a new one to replace it or, but I don't like just building. How many can I possibly get?
Well, we don't need it,
Yeah.
then you have equipment.
And there's always a reason to have something. I mean, you can make your,
I have no
you know
problem.
what I'm saying?
I understand. I have no problem getting rid of one
And
from
if
the-
we do send the one to the park, I don't want it to be down there and all of a sudden becomes the maintenance issue of the year.
No, the hours that they would need it shouldn't require a lot of maintenance, and if it began to become an issue,
Right.
we'd get rid of it, and
You're sending the oldest one to the park, is what you're
yes,
saying.
and we'd get rid of it and go back to having to loan out one to come down there.
I know on these Bobcats, they have a regen button on them, or they have a regen. If you don't utilize it, I mean, if you just use it and shut it off 5 minutes later, it causes a huge dill in your canister, and it'll cost you about $7,000 and is not under warranty. Because there's a bypass button on these things, and I've had the issue with it twice. So is it something that we'll be using like long periods of time, or just using it and shutting it off, or what?
I would imagine most of the projects they do would go anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours before they need to.
I just know these things are notorious for breaking down if they're in the regen process and you shut it off, and sometimes that'll run for hours at a time. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but if that's what you guys want, I mean,
The regen will be on any of them now. I mean, I've got a, Gale, and it's on there too.
I made a mistake. I always
And you-
put the button on
Yeah.
there, you didn't- yeah.
And if you look, the warranty is very similar on 3 of them. They're all 2 years, 2,000 hours on them. There is one that's 4 years and 4,000 hours, but they've added another 3,100 onto the price of the machine for that extended warranty.
All right, let's get down to what we're going to do here.
Like,
Well, that's the state contract and the lowest bid by a pretty good shot. And your guys seem to, they're aware of it and they're okay with it.
Yes,
Talk to them.
yes.
you good with this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What's the price on the other one? You see there, yeah.
Yeah, you probably ought to read the prices out on the bid you got, so.
Okay. The John Deere, the total balance was, this is for one, $87,658.74. And then Foley's for the cat, $74,570. What's that?
I think it's a case with,
That's for 2 of them I have for the case, or
there's $77,942 a piece, or $155,884.
What was that? Amount you got listed? 77.
77,942. Yeah, which is, case.
and then Bobcat's bid for one was $72,044.18.
So we ready?
Yep.
So my motion will be to go with the state contracted lowest bid piece of equipment, which is Bobcat, at $72,044.18. And
You're buying 2 of them.
we're buying 2 of them.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
And you were gonna check into getting the tempered glass with that, is that correct?
I think it's important. And you know that buckets have to be all the way down at the ground every single time you open the door? Do you guys know that? So you can't get out if it's up and in?
you can't get out if the front bucket or the attachment's elevated.
Pain, but really have one that goes up over your head. But so I just stuff that I've been aware of by having one. So
Then I can
Check into the glass.
I can check in on the glass as well.
I'll look up the name of it.
The park lease you asked me to check on, I sent an email out. I'm still waiting on a response for it. I also sent a email and made a couple of calls on the graders. Apparently, the graders we purchased, the last three that we purchased are under a 7-year, 7,000 hour trade-in option. So I'm getting with the dealer and getting all the information because it predates me or any information I have to look at that and evaluate that as to whether or not it would be beneficial with the equipment, with the issues we have or haven't had, to look at that trade-in on those. The hoop building is up at the airport. All district put it in. Used oil containers and containment is finished in Pleasanton. The noxious weed department, both have completed all 3 of their certifications and are currently getting ready to do the director's training. So when they finish that, both should be, not only have all 3 certifications needed, but both should have the director's training and certificate out of the way as well. And
How are you trying to reach out to the park as far as that, or just email, or
I emailed the same person that I've been in contact.
they don't reach?
He didn't this week, but I'm unaware.
Hey, can you start putting the chair on there so he can at least see the messages back and forth?
I will copy you in.
Okay.
Planning and zoning, we've started interviews. We had one last week for that position. We'll have another this coming week. And I currently have the mower bids for the park.
As far as putting the bids out for the mowing on everywhere else, did we send them out yet, or?
I have not sent those out. I have some questions on that as to how to build the RFP for that. And that's something that I was going to talk with Gary about.
We're gonna break that down into cities, or do it all in one?
I'm not, I mean, we can do it however you want to do it. I mean, it seems like it would make sense to separate it down by cities, and that way you might bid on one city, or you might bid on all of them, or,
That's what I think would be the best.
The bids that I gave you on the mowers, we have 4 bids for those. The top in the file is the one that I would recommend, not only for price, but availability. And there is a local place or a semi-local place to have it serviced and maintained.
Where's that?
I'm sorry?
Where's the local place to have it served?
It's just across the line from the power plant over on the Missouri side, but it is well within driving distance for the park to take it and have it maintained.
Where'd that one?
And the top one that I did give you is available currently and sitting on the floor, so availability is not an issue. And that's pretty much a question across the board that we've run into on a lot of these with equipment and things, that the availability is also a key factor in it.
Size of mower, motor on it, you see it?
$95.
See horsepower on it. I was just wondering how big motor.
6 horse.
Huh?
6.
6.
26. Or
All right, so what do you got?
My recommendation is take the top bid in there.
Well, we don't know which is that. Which one is it? The highest one?
No, it's the one you have in your hand now.
Okay.
27.
I believe. It's a Z 950 over, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
Z950R.
Yeah, it's 27.
27.
So how many separate bids did you have? 3?
3. Or 4.
Should have been 4.
4.
Yeah.
4.
I didn't read these. It's
Where's the other one at?
Neil Manufacturing for $13,165.55.
That's Butler. Roman's Outdoor Power in Lewisburg was $17,220 for their Kubota. And then a Gravely from, where's the Gravely from? R&R Equipment. Where's that at?
That's Fort Scott.
Fort Scott for $12,874.
Then the John Deere for $11,825.15.
And it's commercial, right?
Yes.
And that's the one you're recommending?
Yes.
And just one, right?
Correct.
And we're gonna get rid of mowers there too, right?
Yes.
So are you good with it?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we go with the lowest bid, which is a John Deere with the Heritage tractors for $11,825.15. That's my motion.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And that's everything I have for you this morning, unless you have something for me.
I don't have anything, you guys.
Well, you spend a lot of money.
Trying to, I won't even mention trying to keep up with my better half. I was
There you
about
go.
to be sly, but
Well, tell Joyce happy birthday. You know it's her birthday today?
No,
Yeah.
didn't know that. You ready now, Jessica? I was waiting on you last time. You didn't show up, so
She'll probably leave again if she does that.
she left us last week. Then I
Yeah.
cut her off, so.
Okay, all I have today is that I need executive session. I think I need 10 minutes for legal and 20 for trade secrets. When you have time.
Jessica,
Yes, sir.
I called you Friday.
It's
Can you
in.
talk a little bit about that program?
In.
You're going to talk about a new program. You're going to talk about something, but the base.
Yeah.
So just tell us what base is.
So the base grant that's coming out from the state of Kansas.
That's not a secret.
Um, the base grant coming out from the state of Kansas is, it's basically designed to develop industrial parks, either develop them or update them, industrial areas. So I am looking into applying for it for the county.
And the cities can do the same with theirs.
They can.
It's a great grant, but the only backlash from the whole thing, it's due on the 28th of this month.
Yep.
How much is available to each?
The maximum grant request amount is 25 million.
Yeah.
It's going to be very competitive.
Yeah.
But I think the paper, maybe they'll publish something about it's on the website. it seems like I got a couple phone calls on it from, one from a city, and Jackie Messer actually called about it to let us know that that program existed if we didn't already know about it. But the city of Spring Hill is working on several projects, but they have huge crews and they can do all that grant writing and stuff. But there looks like there's some opportunities there for the cities as well as the counties, as well as businesses that want to do some opportunities if you can tie it to it.
Commercial business developers can
yeah.
apply. Not just any.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yes.
So, yeah, if you're listening, you have that opportunity, and you want to at least look it over, then look it over and
And the cities
call
all,
Jessica.
the cities all have that information, so,
All right.
okay.
Thanks, Jessica. You have something?
Yep.
Okay, come forward.
My name's Clayton Parscale. I'm here today not only as one of you guys' employees, but as a citizen of this county. I know you guys have been talking about the SRO program, and as a former SRO, I can't tell you how important this program is, and to possibly let it fail because of money is not an option. I don't know how to express that to you guys. I'm not here to attack you guys or threaten or anything like that. I would like to request a special meeting be set up to let people come in and tell their stories, good, the bad, and the ugly. Monday mornings, people are at work. It's hard for them to get in. That's what I'm here for.
Well, I don't think you've ever heard us say that we was willing to cut the program. Our deal was the schools can ante up to pay part. I think they've drugged their feet on this long enough. I don't think we're asking too much from them. Do you?
Asking, no, but we've gone past the point of asking and we're now demanding.
We couldn't get anybody to come talk to us. They just kept pushing it off, pushing it off. Went months and nobody returned any kind of dialogue from, to me anyway. I don't, did you guys get any?
No. Clayton, I can't see as it's going to be a showstopper. I think when it's all said and done, it'll work itself out. But nobody's here to cut the program tomorrow anyway.
I understand.
Even if
And I'm not saying
even
you
if
guys
the
said that.
superintendents and us couldn't agree, it's not going to like be shut off tomorrow anyway. It would take a process, even if that was to happen.
I understand that. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying you guys
Yeah.
have said that.
Yeah.
But you said in the last meeting with the superintendents that they could opt out of the program. So you guys have now taken it where it's, you guys are not saying you're cutting the program, but you're putting it on their back if they don't pay up.
Putting a little pressure, maybe that might be what you see it. Sure.
But like I said, from
No,
my,
I think what we asked for is just a drop in the bucket. I'll put it this way, Clayton, I've had more people approach me that we didn't ask for enough than anybody that said anything about it, anything else.
and they're welcome to come to this meeting if it's granted. Like I said, I don't want to fill the room with, and fill you guys with sunshines and rainbows. I want the good, the bad, the ugly.
I feel comfortable where we're at right now. It's in the school board's hands. They can decide. And we have 3 school boards decide what they want to do. And, what we ask for, I don't believe is too much. And I'm comfortable with it. How about you guys?
I'm all right with it. This is not, I don't think this is the time for it right now.
I don't either.
Like, I don't think any of us are against it. I'm definitely not. Actually, when I first got in, I went in and talked to superintendents about it. And to see everything that each school's doing and spending all this money, and then I had this where I went and talked to the superintendent and there was no money, and then all of a sudden they go out and buy $100,000 worth of stuff. It kind of is a slap in the face to me. That's where I'm at. I mean, I see everything happening, and the safety of the kids is, it's important,
The safety of the kids doesn't even touch how they're affected.
So, I think
Yeah, the safety is a bonus,
everybody's hands,
but
their eyes, so.
The safety is a bonus. I will say that. But the relationships that are built on a daily basis, the things that are done daily and the relationships that are built daily versus more of a safety thing that might happen once or twice a year. I mean, does it happen? Yes. Are there events that happen at the school that are a safety risk? Yes. But the things that happen on a daily basis that you can't put a monetary value to are what's important. And you guys have talked to the superintendents, and that's great. But have we talked to the parents? Have we talked to the kids that these lives have actually touched?
And that, I think that's important. I think it is. But I think that's why we have school boards. They're elected officials and they're in charge of their schools. We're not in charge of their schools at all. So they have the capability, if you want to have a meeting with them, to put knowledge out there for the school board, because they're the ones that run the schools.
As far as budgets, they handle quite a bit of money.
And that's where I think I would go
I
for.
would go to the school boards and let the school boards, each school, if they choose to do it together.
And I've seen you in schools too when you was doing that. And I guess I didn't realize you was out of that right now, but I know it's important. And I know there's schools that, especially in the cities, the bigger cities, that is very important to. And there are some schools up there in the city, and I can name a couple, but there are that don't have an SRO program. So we're very fortunate that we do. We're very fortunate that Paul Fila brought the program in, and the unfortunate part is the way it all occurred. That's all. That's what we're saying. Is the way it occurred, money financially could have been done differently. And so now we're just asking for some support on that.
I mean, we're not asking, we're demanding that.
You know, yeah.
So what happens if those demands aren't met?
Well, that's not a conversation we're going to have here in front of you right now. We're going to see, because
How important is it to the school? If they choose that, how important is it to the school? If they choose not to pay the.
do you feel it's important that the school boards feel it's important? Have you talked to the school boards?
I have not, no.
That's who I would talk to. Honestly, that's who I would talk to. I'd get on the minutes, go talk to, or get on the agenda and just speak to them like you're speaking to us. Because those are the ones that have access to all the kids. They're the ones that have access to their budgets. They're the ones we're asking the money from.
I think it's crazy we allowed the program to go on for 7 years before anybody in the county or anywhere stepped up to assess the program. Kevin and I went in and talked to the superintendent Pleasant, and that was the first time anyone's ever even talked about the program since it came
You
about.
talk about the people of Linn County, did they get to choose to have this program? Did the people of Linn County?
No.
That they got just told they was gonna have it, right? And they went to paying for it. And that's, to me, you need to go back and talk to your school boards.
Okay. So you're telling me this is a dead end?
Pardon me?
You're telling me I'm a dead end here?
And so right now, the way I feel, I'm content where I stand with it.
Okay. I just want to caution you guys on the impact this could have.
All right.
Okay. Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming and talking to us. Anything else? Anybody, what do you got?
Got a few things here we might touch on. Did you want to talk about that water line?
Yes.
Yeah, let me just give you a little bit of background as I understand it, and Rick can correct me if I'm wrong.
I intend to.
Retaliation. An individual southwest of Lacine is wanting water, and the rural water district is not prepared to run a line because of where they're located. So they have agreed to relinquish that territory to the city of Lacine if the city of Lacine will put in a water line out there. They're not in the city, they're in a rural area. And so that's the procedure they have to go through. I think it's my understanding that the city of Lacine is open to doing that if they can be assured that we will allow them to run the water line down our right of way. They're at the end of 2150 road. It dead ends west of the city there. That's where the the location is. I don't know the property owner's name.
Yeah, it's Judy Patterson. If you go to the city park, Lacine City Park in Lacine, it's the only road that goes out of there on the west end of it. It's about a half a mile.
And so, we're not, basically, this is something that would normally be done through our permitting process where we would grant a burial permit. But the city wants something from us in advance indicating that
We're
we
okay.
will allow it. And so I would suggest a motion to affirm that if a application for burial of water line, on this situation comes to you, you would support that. And so,
We just gotta make sure if it's in a right of way, if it's any ditching or anything, what we get into.
right, that has to be properly installed.
Though.
Of course.
Right, but I mean, I don't have a problem with it, I know we're in a situation with the phone lines where we let the phone company lay the phone lines down there right away.
Yeah.
You know, as far as in our ditch now, whenever everybody goes to clean ditches out, the phone lines laying right where their ditch is. And that's a problem. That happened 20 or 30 years ago or 40. Just have to be careful there, but I'm fine with it.
So you probably will be, I think, a motion that they could set before the Lacey City Council saying the county commission is going to support this. They've shown by their motion that they're going to support this. And then eventually.
With the intent.
With the intent, yeah.
So prepare my motion for me when I'm.
A motion to express your support for
Yes, you're good with it.
that you intend to approve any application to properly install a water line in this right of way.
That's my motion.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
What was her name?
Judy Patterson, 2150 East 2150 Lane.
Another formal motion that we need, we have talked about the new parking lot. I think we've got it kind of, we got everything sort of worked out in terms of the numbers and so forth. Since we're going to leave this building, we decided to move the parking lot, extend it west. That is an increase in area of 4,292 square feet at an increased cost of $42,992. That includes the surface as well as the curbing and an additional exit. And so I just need, I think we acknowledge that's something we're going to need to do. So I think we need a motion on the record approving that because they're ready to get started on that parking lot process. And
What's the total?
the total for the whole parking lot is $208,708. There'll be a formal change order on this down the road, but you know how this goes. We're usually working ahead. The total price of $208,708. That's for the whole parking lot. That is an additional $42,992 over the original parking lot cost. And so we just need a motion to approve that.
42,992.
So they can move forward with getting that process going. So.
And that's with the extra parking as well.
Right. That's with the additional parking and all the other, the additional space and another exit and so forth.
So you need a motion to approve it now, or?
I want you to go on, normally when we've tentatively approved these or we've approved these changes and then the change order comes later and we approve them formally. But if we're on record saying, hey, yeah, we're going to do this, that way they feel comfortable going ahead and starting the process.
Are we to that point? Like we've talked about it, no? Danny, you okay with it?
Okay with it.
Okay, I'll make a motion. Jim's looking at me. He didn't want to. He wasn't going to do it anyway. I'll make a motion that we approve the parking lot change order that's coming up for $208,708. That's my motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
We also need to give a similar kind of intermediary approval to burying that phone line out there. They need to get that done. The phone line burial is about $6,700 is what it's going to cost to get that buried. And it's that lower line, that dark one there that.
Danny?
Danny?
Do I have a problem with it?
I do, I'll just say that, it don't bother me.
I think we've got past it, but
Huh?
I think I got past it.
You have? Okay, you can be past it.
We'll do something.
You said up to $6,700.
Yep.
We'll make a motion that we, is already a change order?
No, we're not at that point yet.
Gary likes to get them in front now. In case.
What's the motion need to say?
It's just a motion to approve moving forward with plans to bury the phone line at 60, whatever I said.
I'll make a motion that we allow them to move forward with burying of the phone line for $6,700.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All against, same sign? Aye.
And then, just so you know that the asphalt demo will be done by Victory. The concrete demo out here will be done by our guys. The grading will be done by Victory, and then Marbury will do the plot. Final thing that we talked about that I think is moving the utility pole. I know we have some differences on it too, but I'll go ahead and throw it out there and see if we, based on, we got a firm bid from Evergy to move that pole down to the end of the building at $14,330. And I'd like to get you to go ahead and take action on that as well.
Did you get responses back from Mark?
Yes, I did. I got, but I
got you.
it's for me to put those responses together would constitute a meeting, and I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
And just because I was in the meeting with Gary last week, if we didn't move the pole, there was going to be extra engineering costs, architectural costs for the parking lot, which I don't know.
So just a little background on why where we're at on the telephone pole is because we redesigned the parking lot, right?
Right. Because there's two reasons that the pole needs to be moved. One is because of the redesign of the parking lot leaves the pole in the parking lot. And the second is that the pole sits right in front of the entry area to the building, and there are some aesthetic issues with that.
And they let us know last week during that meeting that there could be potential engineering and architectural costs for redesign and all that.
In other words, if we left it, it was going to cost us some
It's going to cost us about as much to leave it.
When you're just moving 3 parking spots, I mean, just taking 3 parking spots, how can there be extra?
I asked that question.
Can you answer that one?
Yeah, because Marbury will not start out to build the lot until they've got approved engineering plans. And right now, the engineering plans don't allow for leaving that pole there. Okay. And so they're going to have to go back to the engineer and say, redo these plans to allow for leaving the pole.
Just like Gary and I talked, we did not move that building from the beginning 10 feet in direction. We didn't move. So why, when they moved it the first time, why was that not figured in?
What they told me was it probably should have been. But
well, let them play it then.
And Gary and I, we kind of pushed back at them a little bit and just made sure that everybody was on board. But they helped save a lot of money in a few different spaces too. That I don't know if they got those numbers or anything yet, but we pushed pretty hard against them. So
when the $196,000 change order, I didn't see any of them guys standing up saying that was my fault until we pushed back. So, you guys know where I stand.
yeah,
I just don't want a pole sitting in front of the front door of a building that's new that I know it doesn't bother It's just,
Who built it?
yeah. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying they're not at fault, but I don't know that we have the time to fight it out over that.
And I push really, really hard for the car wash, as a lot of people know. So to get it out of the way to make this place look better. So I think I would, at the pool, I mean, I think it needs to go.
Okay, well then make your motion if you're going to make it.
What's the price?
14,330.
Cover your ears, Jim. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we allow them to proceed with the moving of the pole for $14,330.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All against, same sign. Aye.
Okay, and then, I just want to get back with you on the electrical service into the annex.
You got
Huh?
more?
Yeah. Electrical service into the annex, it's going to need to be replaced, and there's some timing issues involved. It's going to have to be done after the demo, but before the final grade, or before at least the concrete work is done. Right now, we only have one bid on that, and that is Apple Electric. And I'm not going to give you the numbers because there are 3 other companies who said they want to bid on it. I've given them the information, but I haven't got any bids yet. And so, there's going to come a point, if I don't get those bids back before too long, where they're going to be moot because we're going to, when the demo's done, we're going to have to get that in the ground. Yes.
Jerry, to speak to that, and I'm sorry I didn't bring it up earlier, even though we're doing the demo on the concrete, if it helps get those bids, or some of them that may not have the equipment to dig it in, after the demo of that parking lot and before that installation, we can bring our equipment in the backhoe and dig that service in if someone wants to install it, and if an electrician wants to install it.
I think at this point, we probably don't want to make that offer because that's going to require going back to the original bidders and saying, I mean, that changes.
Okay, I was just wanting to make sure you
But
understood.
if we get to a point where time's a factor, and that's the only way we can do it, I'll keep that in mind. But
You put a deadline on as far as getting the bids.
I told them that we needed them. I told them by today originally, but one of them called me, said, can I get it to you the first of the week? And I said, yeah, we always have it this week. I think we'll be okay. I don't think they're going to start demoing probably till next week.
This electrical stuff's never made sense to me. I've pushed really hard back against it, but we did talk on last week of, the individual prices and the conduit that I thought it'd be like the equipment, on the side of the building. It's not, it's the conduit is they're having massive problems
Yeah.
getting, I guess.
Yep, over half the cost of the bid we have. I'm not going to give you the numbers, but over half the cost is the conduit. I talked to, and 2 of the other contractors that are bidding on this also had told me before they ever got into it, that conduit has like tripled in price in the last year. And so I don't think it's all fantasy anyway. I think it's legitimate.
So we just gotta wait on the bids to see.
Yeah, we just got to wait on the bids. I just wanted you to be aware that we are working on that. If we don't get any other bids in a timely fashion, we'll have to, I guess, decide whether to go with Apple or not. But and it may be that their bid turns out to be the best one anyway. Who knows? But I think that was all I had on that. That's all.
Anybody else have any executive time?
Yeah, we're going to need probably an extensive legal session. May want to bring in another person or 2 before it's over. And I don't know, Annie mentioned maybe half an hour. I don't know if that's going to cover it or we need to go over. Got Jessica's wanting 10 for.
Legal and 20 for trade secrets.
Yeah.
How much?
So,
Why don't we say a half hour and then we can extend if we need to?
30 for
It'd be a total of 60. It'd be
hours.
40 for legal and 20 for trade secrets.
Okay. I Make a motion, we go into executive session for 40 minutes for legal, 30 with David, and 10 with Jessica, and 20 minutes for trade secrets. Been moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Work great job, that. Good, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's cake and all kinds of stuff in there.
What was that? Oh, well, that's not too bad. I've seen them a lot further than that.
We used to live on Highway 69. Whenever our cows got out, we usually found out about it with the highway patrol coming to the door saying, you got 3 dead cows out here.
Wasn't any action. I think where'd Danny go? I guess
He quit.
what's that?
Did we lose him?
Yes.
Can I have 10 more minutes?
Oh, that was a long time.
10 more legal?
Executive,
Exactly.
no, trade secrets.
Trade secrets, 10 more. I guess we'll
And
let,
if you have other stuff to do, I can wait a few minutes. That's fine. I'll be here.
There's nothing left.
I think that's it, isn't it?
Won't be any action from it, will there?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Keep Jackie in suspense.
Sorry.
I told her to say that, so you'd want to stay.
I
Make a
doubt it
motion, we
yet.
go into 10 minutes executive session with trade secrets with Jessica.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Is it Thursday? Is that our meeting?
Yeah, there's no action from the executive session. Sorry, Jackie. Anything else? I'll make a motion to adjourn then. Second, moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye.